All right. Sorry about that. I had a couple things to do there, and usually no one's ever here in the beginning anyways, so this one really bad. All those nights I've been dreaming. Ooh. As you all know, take what resonates and leave the rest. Wow, it is really dark. I don't know who that is. I don't know really what that says, but hello. Hi, Danny. It's going to be a little bit of a darker reading today because I don't want to turn any lights on. It's too hot. So you can thank my fish tank for giving off a little bit of light. Because it is just too hot for lights. No way, Jose. Hope everyone's having a marvelous day. I'm having a great day. Even though it's hot as fuck, that never makes me have a bad day. I prefer winter, to be honest, but I'm not a big tan. I don't like tanning. It ruins your skin, for one, and I just can't be out in the heat like that. If I'm outside, I am fucking swimming, all right? Like, I am swimming if I'm going to be outside in this. I can't swim right now, so I ain't going outside. I don't know what he meant by that. What was he saying? Pop one? Pop one? Like, what did he mean by that? Did he actually think I was going to take my tits out or something like that? Hey, fine shits. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? I actually thought that said fire shits. I was like, I'm sorry. Nobody here has anything like that. Okay. I've been so stoked to do this fucking reading because, as you know, I put up on the internet where I fucking live. And, like, that was a big deal. Like, shit happened in my dreams afterwards. And, like, there's a lot of people out there right now that are, like, ignorantly believing so much about collective. If you hear this thing in the background, it's my fan. I have to have it on or I'm going to fucking die. But anyways, hopefully you can hear me because my voice is super loud. There's so many people out there right now that are just like shit talking collective. They have no idea what they're saying. They're absolutely delusional. You could have proof like right in front of their face and they're going to say no, that's not proof. I mean, honestly, like the whole devil's advocate thing is really coming in because I feel like a lot of people are being played right now by the devil and the devil is laughing. Like ridiculously in their face going like, look at what I'm getting people to do. Like, can't you notice how many people have zero control? How many people have detached? How many people shouldn't have detached, but yet somehow did detach, right? It's like so many things and like it's all part of the devil. It's all people like choosing other relationships over you, deciding that you're not good enough. Some bitch comes out of nowhere that they meet, right? Suddenly they're better than a 10-year relationship or, you know, they're better than their children, right? It's like pussy over kids and dick over responsibilities. And it's like the devil is playing his game and that's what he gets off on the most. And people think that like, I can be a fucking shitty father. I never asked for this kid. I never asked for this. I never asked for that. And then they think that they can go off and be a shitty person to their children, walk off, you know, stop paying attention to them. And it's like, I mean, the arrogance in people's minds to believe that they can abandon contracts that they put here, right? Especially those guys, you know, those guys are like, oh, my baby mom was a money hungry sucking bitch. She asks for money all the time. Do you know how much things cost? That's the thing, is like, I feel like a lot of guys' mentalities are like in the 90s, right? Like diapers are only supposed to cost $5. Bitch, yo, those things cost like 25 to 30 bucks a fucking case. Okay. And now that's this time. I mean, I think they're even more than that. Okay. I don't know. I've never had a kid, but like I can see the prices of like what my food has gone to. So I can only imagine kids' prices. Okay. That shit ain't cheap. Okay. Your money hungry baby mama probably wants some diapers, man. And your $300 fucking post-dated check isn't gonna cover it. Okay, I know you think that you deserve to have 3/4 of your paycheck or the whole thing because you go to work every day, but then don't have a kid and don't go fucking chicks where you don't know where they've been or if they're on birth control. You know what I mean? Like be fucking smart about what you're doing out there. You know what I mean? Or we wouldn't have a bunch of fucking bastard kids and a bunch of fucking, adoption centers that are like kids fucking rolling out the door because all of a sudden parents, they don't want their responsibilities anymore. And actually, that's so funny. In Henry, this idiot's number, you talk too much. Okay. In his name, I actually just saw my father's name. Isn't that so funny? Like, I actually saw his name. And the funny thing is that my father is so abusive, right? That he would tell me as I was speaking about myself. Like, I speak to my father, because Danny, you said, just go to your parents' house, just show up at your dad's house. So I sent him an email and I said, I'm just going to show up. And my stepmother's my stepmother's sister lives right down the street. So I was like, she can call her sister over, because she always says it's me and my sister versus her, even though my dad's always on the other side of the table. He's never on my side. He's never been on my side, right? So I said, I'm going to show up. But I figured I'd give him a little bit of notice. I was like, hey, I'm going to tell him that I'm showing up. He writes back to me, if you want money, don't bother. I never spoke about money. I said, we need to deal with your wife kicking me out of your life all the time for no fucking reason. This bitch has been on antidepressants for 30 fucking years, blaming my sister for something she did when she was 16 years old. She says she's on antidepressants. She can't handle my sister or I, so she can't be around us. So therefore, we can't be around our father. So, and then my father decides, and then after the whole money email, he waits I don't know, she lost her mind. She probably did, because she's been manipulating my sister and I for 30 years. She has no excuse for it. So now I'm demanding that we fix this, because I haven't done anything wrong. My sister hasn't done anything wrong. Therefore, this little pussy is going to stand in front of me and tell me what the fuck she did and what her problem is. And then my father writes back, no, you're not coming. You're not coming. I'll call the cops. I said I wanted to handle my family beef. You tell me you're going to call the police on your daughter for coming over and talking to your wife? Like, how fucking drama are you? How drama are you? And the reason why I put this shit up on Instagram, I put this shit up on YouTube, because I'm not fighting this war with my father alone anymore. Everybody thinks he's such a great man. He's got my back. Oh, you don't understand the kind of father that you got. Your father loves you. Yo, my father hasn't really seen me for 10 years. He moved into a house I've never even seen. He's lived there for 12 years. Okay. He lives like an hour, 40 minutes away from me. Okay. I've asked him to fix the beef. I've asked him to dinner. I've asked him to therapy. I've asked him for everything. I've asked him to fix everything. He says no. And then he'll give some excuse, right? I can't do this. I'll meet you somewhere else. No. And he always has to change it. He'll never do anything on my terms. I set the terms. This is my shit. This is my past. I say when it happens, why it happens, and how it's going to happen. And he said no. Don't come around my wife. Don't come around my house. I thought anything that my father owned is technically mine, because I am his child. I know that sucks, parents, but technically everything you own is also your child's. If they need the sweater on your back, you better fucking give it to them. If they need the car that you're driving because something just happened, you better fucking give it to them, because people aren't fucking around anymore. You wanted to be a parent. You signed up to help your child. Why is nobody helping their fucking kids? Oh, and then they say, make sure you help yourself. You could help yourself. You could help yourself. Do you know how much I've done to help myself? I've moved myself. I pay $1,600 a month for rent every month. I have a fucking job. Okay. The only reason why my sister and I share a car is because I don't want the responsibility of 2 cars because it's very expensive. And plus we live in ghetto Melrose Place and I don't want something being able to happen to 2 cars. I'd rather just 1 car, concentrate everything on 1 car. We have a $2,000 job that we have to do with that car like next month. Okay. So 1 car is fucking enough. We can share it. Okay. Like I have my responsibilities down pat. Thank you. The only reason why I live here is because I don't have credit. Every place that I try to get into expects a credit check. Every single place. My sister applied for 150 apartments in 1 year. Credit check for every single one of them. The only thing I needed from my father is a little bit of credit card information so I can give these fucking idiots my credit card information so then they'll give me a place to live. The only reason why I got this apartment was because the guy runs with Hell's Angels and took cash. That's the only reason. Like, I'm only here because there was no credit check. 150 applications, all needed credit checks. My parents live in 1990, where they think that you're not working hard enough if you can't get your own apartment. Are you kidding? It has nothing to do with it. It has the fact that I don't want credit. I've lived in bankruptcy. I don't need it ever again. So why won't you just help me? It doesn't involve any money. It doesn't involve them having to even lift a finger. All they have to do is read their credit card information so that I can give it to these fucking idiots and give me a place to live. I even have my own money. I have my own little nest egg. I have everything that I fucking need. People are delusional to think that you can just change your life, little snap of a finger. Oh, you need a new apartment? Go out and get a new apartment. Oh, you need a job? Go out and get a new job. I'm sorry, is abracadabra in your fucking vocabulary? Or are you just like trying to say that you actually have never lived in the world, so you have actually no idea if it's like, you know, as hard as what people say it is or not. And I think that people who want to believe that the world is really easy and like you just get given all these answers and everybody's just, you know, you can just help yourself and people just lay the mat down and as long as you have this, you can get taken care of. As long as you have a job, you're fine. As long as you went to school, you're fine. Nah, bitch. What up, Monica? Like I've lived with, you know how many people I've worked with that have like university degrees and can't do anything with it? How many people can't find a job so they end up serving? Like it's not the world that people think it is. And I really love that they think that it's this easy fucking peasy world where everything is so easy and everybody can just lift up a wand and just get a job and promote all this money and get all this money. Oh, and get married. Okay, let's not forget that. You don't, oh, you're single because you're picky. Oh, you're single because you just don't really want to try and work on it. You're single because you don't want to try dating apps. You're single because you choose to be single. Yeah, damn right, I do actually choose to be single. Thanks. If I wanted a boyfriend, I could get one. It's called all you got to do is go down to the bar and get somebody to fuck, and trust me, they wouldn't leave. But I don't really want a boyfriend like that. Thanks. If I can't find a man, I don't want anybody. And if I can't find a good job, I'm not working. And if I can't find an actual apartment, then I guess I'm fucked. Okay? Like people are, I think what's happening right now, especially with the verdicts, I think people are getting it hit straight. Oh, and then my father tells me that my grandfather is about to die. So I can't come over and deal with him and my stepmom because it might upset my grandfather who doesn't live there and has nothing to do with it. So narcissist upon narcissist upon narcissist, how many excuses can you make to not fix your relationship with your daughters because the X and X and X on the outside say that we can't fix our relationship when those people aren't a part of our relationship? Why the fuck would I care if they're around or not around or stressed out that your daughter has to talk to you about something? Like, are people insane? Like, are they? Because I feel like people are starting to like, I feel like my father's delusional. I feel like the last 10 years, because he hasn't seen my sister and I, he's delusional. He thinks we're still children. He's wrapped up in 20 years ago. He has no idea, you know, that I've lived in BC. He has no idea who the person I am. He doesn't know that I haven't had sex for 10 years. He doesn't know these things, right? Because he would think that was weird. Oh, really? That's interesting. Are you a lesbian now? Is that what you've decided? Like, people have to be so judgmental. And I do find that if you're going through something, and you're telling the public or you're telling anybody, right? You will get the, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Oh, I know, that's really fucking strange, right? Who does that? You're going to get a lot of like, and that's weird, you know, because really they want to say that that's dumb, that's stupid, and nobody does that, right? And it's so funny because like, what are you saying? Read Whitney. Clean him from her magic. Ah, Danny, I love how you try to get my attention. Danny, I don't know what that means. Clean him from, I don't really want anything to do with him, to be honest. I don't want to do any magic. I just don't fucking care, man. This is what the energy is saying today. Okay, this is what apparently has to be talked about. Because, like, this whole shit with my father, it just took 3 days of my life away. 3 fucking days trying to handle what he just did to me again when I said, please let us fix our relationship because this is out of control. I have no family. I have nothing. And my father just blocks me from everybody. And, like, my cousins, everybody, okay? He blocks me from everybody. And I don't have my mother's side of the family. I think she's dead. I don't know. But her family doesn't talk to me. So, like, how do you do that? How do you just abandon your daughter to just live with nobody and then say financially it's because I'm going to use him for money? Like, what does he think? I'm his girlfriend? I'm like, even if I did need money, I am your child. It would be nice if you lent me something. Obviously, I would give it back. But I don't need money. That's not what I'm asking. Like, watch when you make assumptions. If people ask to talk to you, if they meet you, watch your assumptions, because every time I go to meet my father or talk to my father, he always says that it's something unrelated to what I need to talk to him about. Every time he cannot read energy for the life of him, and he gets set on it. He'll be like, no, this is what she wants to do. She wants to use me. She wants my money. She wants this. And all I want to do is sit down and have a coffee with him. But he makes up something in his head and he'll just go with it. And I can't do anything about it. What do you do with that? Like, you just made that all up in your head. No matter what I say, he's going to be like, well, you're just saying that. You're just saying that. Like, these people are more schizophrenic than you think. They talk in their heads a lot more. Like, people talk in their heads, I think, a lot more than what, we're used to. Because, think about how much you talk in your head if you do. Okay, these people are talking in their heads too, but they're not talking to themselves. They're talking to other people. Exactly. They're all talking to the matrix. They're all talking to something else that's telling them what to do. Okay, and it will lead them down a path. And if you don't chase that person, they're walking down that path with no torch, no light, in the dark, being told what to do. It's like what I do. Okay, I had to get out cards. I had to channel this shit because I'm walking down a very dark path, but I can hear. So I'm okay. I know what Spirit's saying to me. But these people aren't listening to Spirit, which is what's so detrimental about it. They're listening to something else. And that's what's scary. Oh my God, that was the intro. Okay, 20-minute intro. Holy shit. Welcome to the channel, everybody. I'm Whitney Moonshine. Please take only what resonates and leave the rest behind, okay? Whoa. Like, this message is so important. Honestly, it took me 3 days to do this message. 3 fucking days, okay, guys? I don't know if you know how important that is, but this just came out. It just came out on my hands. Obsession? Obsession. Oh, I need to open up my door. Oh, I closed my door for like 20 minutes. It's like 100 degrees in here now. Oh my God, because my AC. Okay, we have obsession. Let's reform that circle. Okay, why do we have obsession? Oh my God, this song has been playing in my head for fucking 3 days, okay? And it's called Wasted Years by a band called Cold, C-O-L-D. It's an older album, and it's called Wasted Years. And I swear to God, honestly, there is so much a collective that is going to wake up, if you haven't already realized, that you've lost years on a relationship, like years. Okay, these are not these do not have to be sexual relationships. Okay, these are family relationships, dynamics, patterns, okay, friendships that have literally clung on to your life and have wasted years, centuries, sucked your energy, taken your time, made you go places, you know, taken your own personal space away, your own personal time, not the time that you would spend with other people. This is all time that you needed for yourself, that you needed to chill with yourself and be with yourself. They took that away from you, okay? There we got illness, and that's Cujo, you know, when they get stuck in the car and like the Cujo doesn't let them out. Okay, that's this harvest, this obsession, like somebody is obsessed with you. Okay, and in this case, when I speak about obsession, okay, this is a lot of my parents' obsession with keeping me locked in a car, you know, starving in the heat. Like I literally just said, I'm boiling in here. What happens in Cujo? They boil in that car. Okay. Right? Like, so that's, I find that very, I don't really take things coincidental because the universe is not lazy. So there was a reason why, because like my room is so much cooler now. All I had to do is open up the door that much. Are you kidding? My sister's door is closed. I always worry that she's gonna think that she's making too much noise out there, and her door is closed because she's cold right now. So I was like, okay, like I need to open it. I'm gonna get too hot. And like, really, Cujo, come on. Like that's what he does. He traps them. And that's what the Phantom of the Opera does. He traps her like 6 stories or 20 stories underground, you know, thinking that that's the ultimate romantic thing to do when you love somebody. Clearly, you kidnap them and send them to live underground, right? Because that's what you do when you love somebody. Are you fucking crazy? But people don't really know what love is. They really don't. They think that, you know, with my father, as much as he tells me, he always tells me what to do. And he doesn't realize that that is abusive. Okay, that is abusive. Me trying to get a voice and tell you what's going on and then you shutting me down instantly is abusive. But he's abused every day by his wife. He was abused every day by his parents. He's abused. When you're abused, then you don't know that you're abusing other people because a lot of abuse is in verbal, right? Telling you what to do, telling you you're nobody, telling you that you can't make your own decisions or you can't do something under their roof, right? You always realize this. Some of those childhood sayings, okay, I put you into this world, I can take you out of it. I'm sorry, what? Right? You're under my goddamn roof. When you're under my roof, you'll do what I say. What? Okay? Like, some of these sayings are like, and that's what came out of your parents' mouths at you. Like, do you know how dangerously abusive that is? They are saying that they will kill you if you don't do what they say because they put you in this world. So do they feel like they have the power to take you out of it? I'm sorry, no, honey. God does, but you don't. That's why people who kill people go to jail because it's committing a crime. Right? People don't know that because they are in narcissist relationships every day, all day, with their parents, with their kids, with their people who work for them, with everybody. Right? Because if you're not telling people what to do, that's not a loving relationship. If you don't exploit them all over the internet, you don't love them, right? How many things have we been brainwashed to believe a relationship is when it's not? Okay? That's not what a relationship is. But until you find yourself, okay, and the healthy side of life, then you will exploit your partner. You will tell them what to do. You will narcissistically change in a dynamic that you are not comfortable in so then you can control your partner to leave. Why wouldn't you? That's what you've been taught by your own fucking flesh and blood. You watched your mother do it. You watched your father do it. You watched the obsession over relationship because it wasn't a relationship, but it was an obsession. Okay? And it's a big harvest, bitch. This is a big harvest. This is a lot of people going down for things that they said they were going to do, and they never once fucking did the job. Okay? Because if they did, Collective wouldn't be watching this, and I wouldn't be doing this reading. Okay? Plain and simple. I'm holding the birds in my hand, and I feel like that's a reason, because I feel like sometimes, you know, like if you are getting messages from spirit, like if you're outside and you're channeling or, you know, you're doing your thing and like you say something in your head or you hear something or you overhear somebody's conversation and then you hear like a bird, okay, take notice of the bird. that says something to you, because birds will communicate with you because they're in that realm too. They're flying around. They're little messengers. Okay. They know that you're talking to yourself and they will answer you. You don't have to say this shit out loud. Birds know. Everything knows. And I try to tell people that, but obviously there's new people that come to this channel all the time, and you have to realize that you are an open vessel. You close your eyes. It doesn't even matter. Your eyes can be wide open. Everything is communicating with you. Everything at all times. It just depends if you really want to take notice of it or not. Okay. And then people who really don't connect with their kids, people who don't connect with their animals. Okay. People who just choose to shut the door, slam the door, walk away because it's easier to walk away than to, you really take care of your responsibilities, right? Sometimes they're not necessarily ready for a relationship, right? I'll go to fucking battle axe with my snakes. I don't care if I have no money. I chose to have them here. They need their mice, then and I miss a meal, I chose to have them here. That's my responsibility, right? And I will do everything that I need to do to make sure that I take care of what I put here. But that's where I'm at now, where I won't just give up on something. I won't just let money or financials decide what I want in this life, right? I will make it some way, because there's jobs out there. You can't get a job. If you really bust it, you get out there with your resume, you go door to door, I can guarantee you will find a job, because there is somebody out there that's always waiting for that tenacious person that decides to walk into their building with a resume. Because you know why? Nobody fucking does it anymore. Okay, everybody's so goddamn slam the door in your face, do everything online, right? And this is not an online thing. This is a face-to-face thing. Someone's been hurting collective, leaving them in a hot car, not even cracking the window, not allowing them to have anything to drink. Okay, and I don't know if this is childhood shit, because there are children involved here, but there's also some type of obsession. Oh my God, as I'm holding Nosferatu on the bottom of the deck. Okay, talk about obsessed much. This demon gets obsessed with this fucking woman, okay? And I feel like you have an energy, there's neighbors, that has definitely been very much obsessed with you. They could be watching you. That's how they're getting majority of their information, is by watching you. Even if you have an account blocked, people will create other accounts to follow you, watch you, all that shit, okay? We also have Freddy Krueger, okay? I think these people, I believe you're going to see these people in your dreams. There's going to be some close encounters. Okay, there's also the Babadook, okay, on the bottom of the deck. I believe that these people who have been fucking with you, I believe that they have been told numerous times, they have been warned, possibly even by you as a child, if you walk away, if you do this, you're fucked. You might have, I could, and I remember when I took my niece out one day, or my cousin, I took my cousin out one day, and I never really had hung out with her too much, especially without her mom there. But I decided to put her in the car and take her to this little water park. Not with a pool or anything, but it's like sprays water everywhere for the kids. And they run around screaming. I was like, okay, you know what? I'll take her there and wear her out for a couple hours, and then I'll bring her back. And my cousin was like, awesome, go and do that. This is my cousin's kid. And once we got there, okay, I was sitting and I was like, I'm looking around, I'm looking at all the people, I'm looking at everything, right? But I'm keeping an eye on my fucking cousin, okay? I know how to use my peripherals, and she was wearing a very bright bathing suit. She never left my eyesight, but she would, if I was looking, she'd be like, Whitney, and she'd start yelling it across, and she'd be like, watch me, hello, watch me, and I'd be like, oh yeah, trust me, kid, I'm watching you. But she was, sometimes it's we think that kids do that, because they want to be watched, and they want them to stare at you, and sometimes that is the case. But at the same time, she said when we got to the park, she goes, you better watch me, because somebody could kidnap me. And I was like, yes. Good. Thank you. I know that, and I'm really, glad that your mother taught you that too, because we don't live in 1980 anymore. Okay, this is oh my God, probably like 2020 at the time, and times have changed, and so she would always it was like every 5 minutes she'd be like, Whitney, and she'd be yelling my name through this water park, and I'm like, I'm watching you, I am what, trust me, okay, but not a lot of people do that, okay, and I got that today, and I was like, man, I watched her like white on rice, like I was on her ass, like there was nowhere that she was going that I wasn't watching, and for some reason that came to me today, and that happened a long time ago. Okay, but again, you have to have your responsibilities in check if you have a kid, right? Or if you're watching a kid, or if you're around a kid, you can't just abandon what you put here, okay? Especially if they have no other parent. I mean, if I was cool with my mom and everything was cool with my mom, do you think I'd give a fuck about my fucking father? No. And vice versa, right? Like if my father was all up in my life and was an awesome guy, then do you think I'd give a fuck about my mother not being around? No, I wouldn't care, right? But none of them are around, and it's like they both are going to pay the fucking price of that, because they're both narcissistically deciding to sit on their ass and do something else, as opposed to just simply help, just support. That's all it is. Help, support, be there. So, don't block my fucking number and call the cops when I show up at your door for no fucking reason. I've never threatened him. I've never gotten into a fight. I've never hit his wife. I've never done anything. I don't even have a assault charge. I've never done anything. But you're going to call the cops if I show up, Dad? Really? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, did you take your medication? What kind of medication are you on? Like, that makes you think that your daughter is going to attack you, right? Like, delusional. But people are delusional, okay? And they've gotten, I heard, they've gotten the memo. They know what they did. Okay, they're not stupid. They want to play ignorant because the ignorant card is awesome. It makes them seem like they didn't really know. They didn't know the importance. They heard the information, but they didn't believe it. Ignorance is bliss in the eyes of the people who can see that ship is going to go down. Right? Like, oh, okay, keep thinking that your masking tape is going to keep that boat together. Right? Just like in my video, people are like, oh, duct tape isn't going to keep rats out. Bitch, that's just on the outside, okay? There's wire in there. There's traps in there. There's metal. There's, the duct tape is just on the outside, bitch, okay? You trust me, okay? But people assume they see something and they seem like they think you're retarded. And you're like, no, I just didn't tell you everything, but I love that you just looked on the outside and called me retarded, right? Like, okay, but that's what happens when you're on the outside looking in. You're not going to get actual information. What could you get? You're not getting insider shit unless you're getting it from the fucking person that's saying it, right? Like, overhearing shit and looking at pictures and thinking that you can put a puzzle together is ridiculous, because it's never going to happen that way. But so many people have convinced themselves, because that's the only way they get information, is that they just make it up in their head. So they're just making up shit and they're going along with it. And then somebody's making up shit along beside them and they're going along with it. And then somebody else down the road, hey, they made up a bunch of shit. So, hey, all three of us made up a bunch of shit. Okay, well, we're all going with it, so let's hang out together. It's just a bunch of people making shit up. Okay? Honestly. Right? And then it's like with Nosferatu, now I'm looking at this because, she, in the movie, she has to warn her now newlywed husband that she summoned this thing. She told it to come. She knew he was going to come back one day. And she knew that she'd have to be the one that ended it. Okay, so think of it with your parents, or think of it whoever this is, that God done you wrong big time, right? You're in their dreams. You're appearing to them. They know what they did. They know what they opened up, and they know that one day you're going to come back and you're going to claim what's yours. It's like fucking The Lion King. I'm probably sure that's the reason why it's my favorite movie. No fucking... Okay? So it's like you come back. Like, they might have chased you from Pride Rock because they wanted your position, but someone's going to come looking for you one day so you can reclaim what you ran away from. But it's not like you ran away because you were some little bitch that ran away. You ran away because there was a fucking demon. What are you supposed to do as a kid? Unless you convince your parent that it's there. I mean, he couldn't until she saw him for her fucking own eyes. Unless your parent sees what they're doing, they're never going to believe it. Because they don't want to. Ignorance. Ignorance. They were the best parent in the world. Remember when they took you to Chuck E. Cheese? Remember when you went camping? Remember when you went out in the boat? That's all you're supposed to remember. You're not supposed to remember anything beyond that. Because all that shit that they did on the nice days is supposed to cover up what they did on the bad days. But once you get older, you realize, hey, those good days, I'm not talking about the good days anymore. I want to talk about the bad days. Well, we swept those things under the rug. You're supposed to shut the fuck up about those things and deal with them when you're dead. Nope. I want to talk about it right now because you did it. You swept it. You knew it was there. You covered it up. You knew I was going to come back and ask you this. So why the fuck are you running away? Oh, it was easy to do when I was a kid, right? And you could just bullshit your way and lie and abuse. But now that I'm an adult, you can't do that. Or I'll fucking kill you. And then now we're both dead. Okay? You better fucking fess up what you did. Because it's like, this whole fucking around thing goes both ways. When your parents were not fucking around, kicking the shit out of you, oh, guess what? I'm an adult now. No, I don't fuck around. What exactly did you do when I was a kid? Because I remember I didn't do shit. I was just sitting there. And they're going to be like, yeah, I have nothing to say. Or they're going to call the cops. Or they're going to be like my father and tell you you're not allowed to come over. Or they will call the police because you're going to ask them questions about what they did and they don't have any answers. So now they're going to start a fight with you because that's what a narcissist does. You ask for an answer. Okay, now it's a fight. Because now they're going to get you into the fight, okay, off the road of answers. Now you're fighting. So now you don't speak to them and then they get their own way. I mean, it's just crazy that, like, half the time we can't see that when it's happening, like, to our face. Like, it's all great to hear about it afterwards, but it's like, it'd be nice if we knew we were dealing with a piece of shit in the moment and not somebody who's hiding as this really awesome person, but then when they open up their mouth, all that comes out is shit. And you're like, see, you told me that you had my best interest at heart and you did it and I shouldn't have fucking believed you. And that's the thing is like, but what are you supposed to do? You kind of, at this point in time, I feel like so many things with collective is we have to play it out. That's the only thing we can do. We have to play it out. We have to play out what they say. We have to play out their I love yous. We have to play it all out because if they're full of shit, they're not going to admit it. So now we have to play it out. Okay, so now I have to prove that you don't love me. Awesome, great. Because I thought I was just going to be able to go to work today. But apparently there's this side thing going on now. And I have to prove that you don't actually love me because your narcissistic, sociopathic ass can't just admit it. You're going to go to the grave with I love you while you're trying to run me over. Like, really? Okay. Awesome. So, I mean, more or less, I feel like what I'm getting is that the people that a lot of collective is dealing with right now, what I just heard, are fucked. And I really have to believe that because if I don't, I'm like not going to even want to like do these readings anymore or continue to live. If I just feel like my father just gets to live in this world where he's the good guy. I almost just bit my tongue right there. Like, I won't make it, that people like, they just won't. Like, I mean, it's so easy to say, oh, just make a better life and walk away and get away. And, you don't have to talk to them anymore. Like, those are people you spent your whole life with. How are you supposed to just walk away from them? Right? They think you care about somebody and then they just go start fucking somebody else and walk away from you. And you're like, okay, so because you're fucking somebody now right in front of my face, trying to get me to react, I'm just supposed to stop loving you? Just supposed to stop caring about you? Like, that's the way that it works? Because they think that it does. The narcissists that we deal with really think that, like, if they can turn it off because, they're dead inside, so can collective. Well, collective can't just turn that off. so awesome for coming in and fucking hurting everybody, thinking that they're just as dead as you, right? Like, it's absolutely insane, right? Like, it's insane to believe that collective would be that dead. I know they're not, but I know that the people that we're dealing with are. Makes a lot of fucking sense. Okay, let's roll the dice. What is that? Oh my god, Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius down first. Then we have Mercury in the second house. Second house, Taurus, second house. Oh my gosh. Everything is just melting. You know what? I'm just going to clean that up with my shirt. Everything is melting. Just put a nice fresh coat of lacquer on this. The stars on the bottom of, oh my god, with Libra, shut the fuck. Okay, and the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Okay, this second house has got me. Because I'm like, okay, Aquarius energy would be like double Aquarius energy. Aquarius, to define Aquarius, okay, is like that clarity of connection is redonkulous. Like, that is like somebody just knows something. Like, that's all I have to say. Like, when you're double star energy, you just know something. And you just know. You just know where to go. And then Mercury, which would Gemini energy, okay, which is also Taurus energy, which is the second house, okay, is being defined and clarified with justice. Okay. Justice is, I just heard the deliberation. Because that's where he stands up and he talks about what he's going to do for everybody. Right? He's like, he acts like he's the mayor, right? Well, he's the king of the pumpkin patch. So he stands up and he wants to take over Christmas, I think, for somebody else. Or he decides, no, he takes over Halloween. He changes Halloween. I don't know. It's something like that. Take the analogy, okay? I've only seen The Nightmare Before Christmas twice. But recently, though, I didn't really think I was going to have to know the cards as much as what I fucking should have. And that's me being an idiot. Okay, there's the Six of Wands I just pulled in the middle, and I'm still looking at Justice. Okay, and that would be a good card to get with Justice. King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. That's Jack again, man. Jack is just taking over. That's when he actually dresses up as Santa Claus. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's what it is. You get the role. I just cut the deck to the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, good lordy lord. Okay. Okay. Take this if it resonates. If it doesn't, don't worry. I'll pull another card. I'll pull another reading. Okay, but listen. Listen. If this makes sense, okay? Jury has been in deliberation to give you a position or not, okay? Because something doesn't want to go easy. Somebody needs to retire, put it that way, okay? In the spiritual world, somebody needs to retire, and they don't want to. And they know, you know that this role is for you. You know this part is for you, okay? But you also know that somebody doesn't want to move. So in order for you to get the part then, okay, it would have to be kind of a verdict, you know, like you'd have to send it up to the gods and be like, listen, like I deserve this role. Okay. If I deserve this role, then give it to me. Okay. I kind of feel like it's like, you know, the orange face man. Okay. I feel like he determined somehow how to get that role. Okay. I don't know if he paid, I don't know if he paid people off. I don't know if he cheated, but he got the role because he knew he was going to be. He was already president once, okay? He knew he could do it again, and so he did, okay? Whether, I'm not saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not being political on here. Quite frankly, I think he's been awful, but I'm not going to get into that, okay? But this is what I'm saying. He got the role, okay? That's the analogy, is that Orange Man got the role again, okay? So I feel like you're in charge of something, okay? And it's, you know, put the analogy where it is. Whether you're in charge of your life, you're in charge of your car, you're in charge of your household, you're in charge of your wardrobe, you're in charge of your bank account, you're in charge of something, okay? But now you deserve more, okay? Which is why it's second house. It's like your possessions now need to change, okay? Whether it's upgrade or downgrade, because for some people, right, you know how we do our energy swap. For some people, it's going to be a massive downgrade. And for other people, it's going to be an upgrade. Okay? And it's not just, you know, swap one shitty life for another. This is like swapping one really good life, okay? And they go to a shitty life, and your really shitty life goes to their good life. Because so many people, you know, they take roles that they're not supposed to. They are wrapped up in things that they're not supposed to be in. They took things, they lied on their resume, they cheated, okay? They did things, and now the universe knows, like, okay, they're saying they will do this role. And you've obviously, you know, with Zero being that role, like Jack knows he can trust Zero. Zero's always been there. Okay, so you might have a guardian that's leading you. Okay, whether or not they are signaling you, okay, like you could, you know, like, dogs are so funny in a way that you could be driving somewhere, okay, you could pass somewhere where you're supposed to be working or something, and your dog suddenly like puts his paw on your lap, okay? He does something like that, or like he barks, you know, when you say something, or, you know, like you just, dogs are so creative and fascinating. And like, maybe that's why I was thinking about the birds before, because dogs are in that realm too, you know, like they're hearing you. If they want to communicate with you, they're listening to you all the fucking time, okay? And a dog will only listen to you if it respects you. If it doesn't respect you, it will not listen to you. Just like people, right? Because why would a dog disrespect you? Dog's only going to disrespect you because it doesn't know any other choice, or doesn't know any other way, or because you treat it like shit, okay? Treat things good, they're always going to come back to you. Treat things bad, you know, might be that time where, you know, you walk in with your resume, and this employee, you know, this employee that they hired, okay, is just fucking around way too much, and you come in, you know, with this spark, this new idea, okay, like, hey, why don't you just hire me, like, get rid of Dodo over here, okay, and hire me because I actually want to work. And they might go, okay. But if you're walking around like this and going like, oh, well, my heart hurts and my life hurts and everything hurts and I'm just, okay. Like I said, I didn't want to make that video about where I lived. I was shaking the whole fucking time because I was so pissed off. I was only making that video for my father. That was it, to show his ignorance, okay? I don't generally talk about my life because it's shitty, and who the fuck wants to know about my shitty life? I talk about the good things, okay? We talk about the good things. You don't have to wear your heart on your face, okay? If you're having a bad day, like just have a bad day on your own. You don't need to spread that to anybody, okay? And I'm not saying, you know, put a smile on your face just because you go to the store, but I mean, walk outside and put a smile on your face and see if that changes your day. Because I know you want to be pissed off. I know you want to be angry, okay? I know that life fucking sucks and nothing is working out, but you don't have to live angry. You don't have to be angry to know that your life sucks. You can still have a smile on your face and enjoy while being bent over, okay? Because if you can't help being bent over and there's nothing that you can do about it, then might as well put a smile on your face, because then you're going to piss off the people that are making you bend over because they want you mad. That's the thing. People want you angry, okay? They want you at a degree where they're at, so then they can control you. So then they'll go and you'll drink with them. So then you can shit talk people. They want you mad, But the verdict is, you're not mad. Your self-worth, pretty fucking good. Your communication, expertise. Maybe you're gonna get a job in like, honestly, if you don't want to go out, get a telecommunications job of some, support. Okay, they give you a big binder in front of you, and all you have to do is have a phone. Okay, a working phone. That's like fucking $15 a month. Okay, honestly, it's so easy to do, but you have to be there to want to do it. Okay, and somebody's dog is just gonna walk them right to it. Okay, honestly, we'll just walk you right to it. Because you already know what you want to do. There's the Page of Wands. Oh, geez, Monica. Because he knows you want to give them away. Okay, so Page of Wands, it's like, you know this idea, okay? And now it's like, you have to make things work for yourself. There's the devil. Like I said, the devil is playing a huge role in this right now. He's controlling so many people, especially with this heat, getting people to drink more. Oh, buy another beer. You deserve it. You worked hard. Poison yourself a little bit more. You deserve it. You deserve it, right? Anytime you hear abuse yourself, you deserve it, is the devil. Okay? Especially if it's like every day. If you're like a one time a month drinker, or like a celebration drinker, then, the devil, he doesn't come anywhere near you. He's not going to waste his time on you. Okay. There's an idea here. Okay. You have to let that idea spark. You have to light it. Committed protector. And you have to protect what you want. You want it. You love it. You got to protect it. You have to show it love. You have to. There's love. Oh my God, the love card came out with Italian. Okay, you have to love things that you want. You have to love things that you want to manifest. There's stable. 4 of Pentacles. Like, the whole table is coming in, okay? Whatever this rule is, the universe wants you to have it. It really does. It wants you to have this opportunity to change. There's enemy with trickster, entertain only, and make a wish. So now if you really want to change this energy, then make a wish to change it. Don't let some kind of little punk ass energy come in and tell you where to go. That's not how you move your chariot. You don't have somebody tell you where to go. You choose where you go. And this is one of those times where you make this wish. This is your decision. This is what you want to do. Don't let anybody stop you. Because all they're going to do is, by stopping you, it's just going to entertain them. They just want to be entertained by your misery. There's naive, not seeing the big picture, and bye. Someone's going somewhere. Okay, there's lightning fast, guardian with watcher, infatuated, premature, spell work. A new journey begins, broken heart again, but in reverse, reflective attitude, for sale, strong ingenuity, another ace of wands, cheater, pumpkin eater, there's Sammy, substance abuse, and poor with homeless. Okay, that's a lot of energy that just came in. Take it how it resonates if something does, but honestly, it kind of seems like there is somebody that's out to cheat what you're doing, okay? They possibly have put some spell work out there, okay, against you, and that's possibly why it's been hard for you to move, okay? So clear some of this energy out, okay, and get that spark moving. Maybe that's what you were talking about, Danny. Clear the energy out. Something about clearing the energy out. And something's going to happen lightning fast. Like quick. Okay, and then a new journey begins. And then with Sammy is Reality Bites. Okay, so the main reason why I did Sammy, well, I did all the characters from Reality Bites because they all hold significant places. You know, like Sammy is the closeted gay. Okay, he's the one that comes out to his family in the movie. And it's a big deal. His mother stops talking to him. Okay, because that's the thing is like a lot of, again, this could be, you know, something to do with your parents. Like they're supposed to love you unconditionally. It doesn't matter if you're gay. It doesn't matter if you know, are straight. It doesn't matter if you know, want to become a painter and go live in Italy and never take a wife or a husband or anything. What you want to do with your life, this is your fucking life. Okay, and nobody can say anything, but sometimes parents get this sense of entitlement that their child needs to grow the way that they say, or you know, they're that kind of sick and twisted parent that tries to grow a mini me or a second version of themselves. That's very sick and twisted. Like your child needs to become who they are on their own. They're not a double of you. They're not a second of you. You created something. They are their own creation. Okay, and you cannot control that. But when parents get that entitlement going because everybody's been given into them all the time, okay, they're bullies. You know, anybody that thinks that they get their own way all the time is a bully. You know, like, and they got a shit ton of enablers around them that just give them things to shut them up. Like, do you want to be known as that person that gets given things just to shut your mouth? Like, really? Honestly? Because that's, no. You give me $1 million, I will not shut my fucking mouth if I'm talking about something. Thanks, but no. Okay? But that's the whole thing. That's a narcissist that wants, you know, somebody wants to control the situation from start to finish. If they don't like the conversation, then you're to stop it. If they don't want to eat there, then you're to get up and leave. If there's something wrong, then you're to fix it and make it all better for them. Narcissists will revolve the entire world around them. Okay? Because their hearts are broken, okay? And they don't know how to deal with that. They don't know how to self-soothe. They don't know how to talk it over with themselves. They don't know how to make themselves feel better. So they grab a drink, right? They grab something. They medicate. And that unfortunately is what's fucking everything up, is because of the medicating. Medicate, but you're never making it right. You're just covering it up. Cover it up. Here's another pill, cover it up. Oh, here's another pill, cover it up. Oh, cover it up with a drink. Done. Right? And then the next day, start all over again. Wake up, hate your morning, hate your life, go to work, hate your job, come home, drink, swallow it all again. You know, like it's just, I mean, it really sucks. Like when you could just fucking talk it over and get over it. You know, people don't want to fucking talk about it because they don't want to, you know, let the cat out of the bag or, you know, fucking lift the mat up. And it's like, who are you saving it for? Like, your misery is making other people happy. Is that a good way to love yourself? Or is that being a fucking pushover? Right? Eye for an eye. I kind of had a feeling that was going to come out. I wanted to say that in one of the shorts today was eye for an eye, because I thought, like, damn, like, fucking universe is going to show this person, like, this is eye for an eye, man, tooth for fucking tooth. Like, you want to fucking take somebody's eye out, I hope to fucking God you know that your eye is going to get taken out. Like, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter if it happens the next day or if it happens 10 years down the road or they don't lose their sight until they're 80. It will happen. So just, I mean, watch what you fucking say. Watch what you do. Watch what you put out there, because it will come back 10 times fold. I just hate when people go and fuck with people like that. I mean, it just doesn't, people are allowed to be different. They're allowed to be who they want to be. You're not allowed to send out little spell work to try to control people. It's not why spells are here. So somebody is very naive with a lot of shit. They did things just to entertain themselves. Because, again, they don't know how to self-soothe. They don't know how to get over their shit. So they're just fucking with you. Pushing all their energy out to you. And that's really sad. Because these people, I mean, they got, you know, very strong intuitions if they just use it the right way. But they're immature, and the way that they feel is immature. So the answers that they get, they turn into, like, they, you know, how they refilter it is immature. Like, spirit tries to tell them, like, be the bigger person, you know, be the bigger person. And then they're like, okay, well, fuck those people. I got to be the littler person in this and tell them off and be an asshole because, you know, because they think that that's being the bigger person, when being the bigger person would just be to stop the war, you know, to stop the rage, to stop all this. To keep running from it is immature. To run from your problems is immature, right? Like there's nothing is going to help you more than yourself. And that's the thing. It's like you have to watch what you say when people are asking for help, because you have no idea how much they've helped themselves. And sometimes you can't help yourself. So you ask other people for help, and then for them to deny you or to deny who you are, they know who you are. They know damn well. Just because they want to change it doesn't actually mean that they get to change it, right? Like that's fucking crazy. But entitlement, somebody changed something, probably a few things that they wanted over the years, so they figured you would do the same, and you didn't. Okay, so now we have left out with Troy. Now fucking Troy Dyer just showed up. There's another reality bites. Troy. You played me. And you know, after he sleeps with Elena, after all that time, he gets up and he leaves. He leaves her. Because it's overwhelming for him and he can't handle it and blah, blah, blah. So you go fuck somebody because you can't handle it? Talk about it. If Troy would have just talked about it, he would have been able to get over his fear, right? Same with Sammy. If Sammy were to just have been more open about it, right? But then, like, at the same time, people are so close-minded, blackout rage. And then, whoa, and then Troy hooks up with somebody else. Oh, no, Elena hooks up with somebody else, and Troy gets pissed off. Because that's the thing, you know, there could be somebody out there that, like, is kind of playing with you a little bit, and, like, you leave them, and then they get all angry. And it's like, okay, well, when I'm here, you don't want me. But when I leave, you do? Like, that's fucked up, man. Get a control. Like, somebody definitely needs to get control of their feelings. Because they need to move on. Like, they can't spellbound you. Like your energy is going to overcome whatever it is that they're trying to do. They can't connect to you anymore. There's something that they're missing now. Now that you've chosen somebody else or you've done something else now, and this person doesn't know how to deal with that, and this person needs to just go away, okay? They fucking played you, and then they expected you to chase them around everywhere and change the person that you are, okay? And, like, no, don't change who you are for a relationship. That's not the right relationship for you, okay? To take out bad habits and replace them with healthy ones, that's not the same thing, okay? If you want to do stuff because you feel like you want to, then change. If you don't want to do stuff, but somebody doesn't want you doing things because of your age, oh, you can't do that anymore, you're 30, or you can't do that anymore, you're married. The fuck are you talking about? Where does it say that? In what book does it say that that's the law, that I can't do this now because of such and such, right? Like, be very careful, because the second it seems like you sign a contract with people, suddenly all these things start coming out of the woodworks, you know, about how they want to control you, and now that you're with them, this is how it's going to be, and you're like, that's not right. Like, somebody's definitely teetering on the line, and, you know, like, they want to do that. They all of a sudden want to make their own rules to everything. Just know that, you know, abuse isn't a part of it. Just because you sign a contract with somebody does not give them the right to abuse you, ever, in any situation. It doesn't. People are supposed to use their words. That's why we have mouths. So if they're abusing you in any situation, they don't get to get away with it because they just decide that they're allowed to abuse because there's an excuse behind it. No. But, you know, Spirit loves somebody that wants to, you know, push the edges and go, yeah, but I'm allowed to just do whatever I want. Yeah, okay. If only I had a quarter for every person that told me that they were allowed just to do whatever they wanted because somebody said they were, I'd be a rich fucking woman. You know what I mean? So, 10509. Loving it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end it at that. My throat chakra has been a little off key for the last few days, dealing with my narcissistic, sociopathic, retarded father. So I am like done with my throat chakra. I can't really like speak anymore. I don't really want to speak anymore, to be honest. Fuck. So much shit has gone down in the last fucking 3 days. Honestly, I'm so fucking tired. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Obviously, this was one of those random collective reads that, you know, just comes through every now and again with some type of energy that I just experienced. And you know that like some of this shit that a lot of us tarot readers go through is very personal. And we go through personal things so that we can talk about it with collective. Okay, and just remember, I only talk about things that I absolutely need to from spirit. I don't talk about my personal life. I don't talk about what I'm actually dealing with. I only talk about things that I feel will be beneficial to you guys, if it means something. And that's it. I mean, my father is the only person I really talk to when I go, like, you know, him and his wife, they're really the only two that I'll actually like say a quote from for the most part, because like I don't really give a shit about what those two fucking think. They can't do anything about it, so they can fucking suck it. But I don't really talk about anybody else. So like, you know, if you're new, just know there is some shit that happens in my life that ends up coming through as readings, and it's just because it's general and it's what so much of the collective is going through. But again, whatever I say about my family is just an analogy. That's all it is. It's like fill in the blanks and like, you know, change the characters and the scene if you need to. And if it makes sense with something in your life, then it does. And if it doesn't, then don't listen to it, obviously. But so many of us, I mean, are dealing with parents just like mine, or dealing with people just like mine, or just as arrogant. Doesn't have to be parents, you know, just as arrogant as, you know, anybody could be. So, yeah, I feel like I have to say goodbye to this reading. Oh, my head just got super heavy. So that's how I know I got to go. I need to shut the doors of my mind, and I need to go eat. So I'm going to do that. Again, thank you. Okay. And always know it's a channel. It's not my personal beliefs on things. It's what collective needs to hear. Okay. So if it made sense, awesome. If it didn't, don't worry about it. I'll most likely be back tomorrow, but I can't say for sure. I do have quite a schedule this weekend, so when I'm back, I'm back. Hopefully it is tomorrow, but again, I can't promise anything. So have a good one. Peace out. Word to your mothers. Be safe. Keep calm and dream on. Oh.